Yankees special gentlemen, the St. Louis Cardinals. On my left, Pete Kozma has played in 28 postseason games. He has the Cardinal rookie record for most RBI in a division series with 5. I think we all remember him in 2012, as well as the most by a Cardinals shortstop. He led all AAA shortstops in fielding percentage last year after being called up to the Cardinals. Last September, he hit .304 in 14 Major League games. Ladies and gentlemen, Cardinals shortstop Pete Kozma. Next to Pete is Nick Greenwood. Nick was originally drafted by the San Diego Padres in the 14th round of the 2009 draft out of the University of Rhode Island. He was traded to the Cardinals in July of 2010 as part of a 3-team trade between the Cardinals, Padres, and Indians. He made his Major League debut last June. He went 2-1 with 19 appearances in 2014. Ladies and gentlemen, Cardinals left-hander Nick Greenwood. To my right is new Cardinal infielder Dean Anna. Dean was originally drafted by the San Diego Padres in the second round of the 2008 draft out of Ball State University. He was traded to the Yankees in 2013, began the 2014 season with New York, made his Major League debut on April 4th in Toronto, and his first Major League home run off play buckles at Yankee Stadium on April 10th. He hit .333 to lead the PCL in batting in 2013. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Cardinals infielder Dean Anna. To my far right is Stephen Piscotty. Stephen received an invitation to Big League Camp last spring where all he did was hit .342 with a home run and 8 runs driven in. He spent the entire season at AAA, played in a team-high 136 games. He led all Cardinals minor leaguers with 32 doubles. He hit .333 with runners in scoring position. Ladies and gentlemen, top Cardinals prospect, outfielder Stephen Piscotty. And finally, one of our great Cardinals alum, Hrabosky, spent 13 years in the big leagues, 8 with the Cardinals. He was drafted in 1969, made his debut in War Cardinal Red from 1970 to 1977. He led the National League with 22 saves in 1975. We're so proud of the great work that he does within the Cardinals organization, but maybe more importantly, around the community. Ladies and gentlemen, you see him on television, you hear him on the radio, Cardinals pitcher Hrabosky. Who's ready to talk some baseball? Woo! All right, we're going to do a little Q&A now before we come line up to meet the guys and get some autographs. So I've got a microphone. The guys have a couple microphones. Who's got a question? George up here was wondering your thoughts on the Cardinals pitching rotation this season.
I'll be honest, I'm a little concerned about it. But since Friday, I've gotten a couple answers. I knew that Wainwright had a minor elbow surgery, and I previously known. I talked to his doctor, Dr. Coletta, who did the surgery, and he told me back around Thanksgiving that Adam was doing so well that he felt better in this offseason than he did at any point last year. Friday I had a chance to talk to Michael Walker. I asked him how he was doing. He said, I feel much better. I asked him if he thought this might be a reoccurring nerve problem with the stress reaction in the shoulder. He said no. The doctors have not given him any indication of that. So he's really looking forward, and he's been treating the offseason like a normal one. I think Lackey is probably a 4 or 5 now. Lance Lynn is a real horse. You know, he's 3 years in the big leagues. He's won at least 15 games all 3 years. Gives 100 innings. I personally would not put Martinez in the rotation, and I think maybe even Marco Gonzalez better suited in the bullpen. So I think that Nick Greenwood, Tyler Green, or not Tyler Lyons, and those guys are really going to have an opportunity to win that 5th spot. I think there'll be a lot of competition. I think Marco Gonzalez and Martinez will be better suited in the bullpen. That's yet to be determined. And I think we all know about Jason Hayward, but the right-hand pitcher we acquired in that deal too, I think it's going to be a real benefit to our bullpen. So I think our bullpen's going to be fine.
Thanks, Al. This question is for Dean. And Dean, my buddy James up here was wondering how the offseason worked out for you and how the Cardinals approached you and how you decided to join the St. Louis Cardinals.
I finished with the Pittsburgh Pirates AAA team. And my offseason came up and I was a free agent. And I had a few teams actually interested in me, and I knew the Cardinals needed some infield depth, and I thought I was with the Yankees in the big leagues, and I think I'm more of a National League player. I think I'm going to get more at-bats and maybe get used a little bit better. And I got a National League team, and I would love to play for the Cardinals, and they wanted me, and I know they're a winning organization, so it was a pretty easy decision to pick on.
Thanks, Stevie. Welcome to the Cardinals. My buddy Kyle is right here, and this question is for Pete and also for Nick. Pete, Kyle's wondering what it's been like to play with Yadi for the last 3 years, and Nick, what's it like to throw to Yadi?
Having Yadi, everybody knows he's the best. He is the best. And I can honestly say, I probably wouldn't be here today because he has taught me so much about the game, and he has opened up everything about, especially about defense. It's a whole different world whenever somebody else is back there. I'm not trying to take anything away from anybody, but it's just different whenever he's back there.
Just like Pete said, you hear all the stories, and I heard all the stories, and I got to finally, get called up, and he just kind of calms you down. He is everything that you guys think he is. Just a great guy and an unbelievable catcher. I know I said this story last night, but I think it's a story that it's pretty funny. My third outing, I was in LA, and Zach Greinke was hitting, and I had him 0-2, and he called it a curveball. And first time I ever shook Yadi, and rule number 1, don't shake Yadi, especially if you're a rookie. So he called curveball, I said no. He called fastball, no. Fastball, no. Changeup, no. Puts on slider. Okay, let's go. And I threw the ball to the backstop, and it wasn't even close. And so I get the ball back, and on the mound, and he's just on his knees, just shake him. Throw whatever you want. Go ahead. You want to shake him? Throw whatever you want. And finally, I had to call time. He came out. We went through it, but that's just a little example of just the respect that not only we give him, but I think everyone gives him. He's earned it. He's done it for years. And like I said, he's just a great guy and an unbelievable catcher.
Thanks, guys. Our next question, I'll ask Al. Al, wondering over here at Little Miss Hannibal 2014, wondering with the acquisition of Jason Hayward, how have Mo and the front office gone about addressing the team right now while considering guys like Steven that are going to be a big part of the organization in the future?
Well, first of all, with the tragic death of Oscar Taveras, they really did change their game plan. And you get Jason Hayward, and remember, he's has the potential to be a free agent next year. Now the Cardinals will do everything they can to sign him long term. But I was telling people that like Stephen Piscotty falls into this situation. Last year was his first year at AAA. This year is only going to be his 3rd full season as a professional. So he has been on a rapid acceleration. He's got a chance to make the ball club this year, but everyone wants to get to the big leagues as soon as possible. But you don't want to get, there's an old baseball adage, it's easy to get there, it's hard to stay. And you really don't want to go to the big leagues until you have a defined role. You're going to play every day, or you have a role in the rotation or in the bullpen where you're used consistently. So if Stephen Piscotty went back to AAA, it would be much better for him to play every day rather than get less than 200 at-bats at the big league level, or at least half a year. So I think that Piscotty really impressed everybody last year at spring training. I think he's going to make it very difficult for them not to take him this year. But as I said, if he had to go back to AAA, it really probably would be the best thing for his background. And then if you don't have Hayward signed, I think we've got a heck of a right fielder coming up next year. And if he does sign with us, I think we've got a really good, solid fourth outfielder in Stephen Piscotty. So, you know, it's a team game. Sometimes you got to look at the business side of it, but sometimes decisions are made for the betterment of the player. And I think what's going to happen with Piscotty is, either way, he's going to be a big part of this organization in the very near future.
Thanks, Al. And again, look forward to seeing Steve in the Cardinals outfield. Came up as a third baseman, and in just a couple of years made the transition to outfield while becoming the Cardinals' top positional prospect. All right, we've got time for one more question, and my buddy over there wanted to know from all you guys, obviously you're part of the Cardinals organization now, but you haven't always been. So growing up, who was your favorite team, and who was your favorite player? We'll start with Pete now.
Growing up?
Yeah, growing up as a kid.
Favorite team? I didn't really have a favorite team. I was too busy playing baseball. But
Did you have a favorite player? Was there a shortstop that you watched and tried to imitate, whether it be swinging or fielding ground balls?
I didn't play in the field whenever I was little. I was in like football and ground field. I wasn't very good. I was very, very little. But I played a lot of positions. But I watched Ken Griffey Jr. I wanted to be Ken Griffey Jr. I wanted to hit left-handed. I wanted to throw like I wanted to be him. I really wish I could still bad. Yeah, that too.
Nick?
All right, for me, you gotta know my background before I say this. I don't want to get through, but and we'll get that as deep. I grew up in Connecticut, so I grew up a big Yankee fan. You know, it's either you root for the Red Sox or you root for the Yankees. It's one or the other, and I just fell into the Yankee category. Diehard Yankee fan. Growing up, right when I was 9, 10, that's when Derek Jeter came in, and I had the privilege to watch him for 20 years, and that's something rare. You see your favorite player when you're 10, and obviously until last year, he retired. But so Yankees and Derek Jeter.
How about Steven?
Yeah, so I grew up in the San Francisco Bay Area, but actually closer to Oakland, so I grew up an A's fan. And I grew up watching McGuire and Seiko and all those guys. It was actually really cool. When I first got drafted, I got to go to St. Louis and see a game on the field. I got to meet Mark McGuire. That was just a really cool moment. I'd always watched him as a kid, and he happened to be the coach at that time. And, he was a very good partner. But I would say, though, it doesn't make a lot of sense. I like watching Tim Hudson. He's one of my favorite pitchers to watch. He was with Dave Hudson.
Thanks, Steven. Dean?
Before I answer this question, I don't know if Al's going to put a chair in here or not. I grew up in the Chicago area, so, got a lot of family. It's just a family thing. I grew up a Cubs fan.
He looks better in Cardinal red, doesn't he, folks? Thank you so much for the great questions, guys. It was great to talk some baseball. We're going to start with autographs now, so if you've got a kid's autograph ticket. I'm going to let Aunt Carol tell you a little bit more about what to do.